Odds are you're most productive when you're working from your desk. So leaving just to go to the post office, that can slow you down. It stinks. That's why you need Stamps.com. With Stamps.com, buy and print official U.S. postage right from your own computer and printer. Stamps.com will send you a digital scale, automatically calculates the exact postage you need for any letter or package, any class of mail. You will never waste valuable time going to the post office ever again. Do everything right from your desk with Stamps.com. Print the postage you need, put it on the letter or package, then just hand it to your mail carrier, and you're done. I use Stamps.com. You should too. Send things to my show. Write me a letter using Stamps.com. I'll read it right now. Use my last name, Mohr, M-O-H-R, for this special offer. No risk trial, plus $110 bonus offer that includes the digital scale and up to $55 free postage. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Mohr, M-O-H-R. Stamps.com, enter Mohr. It's National Start Your Business Month at LegalZoom.com. Okay, I know I've been talking about this for more than a month, but it's for a reason. So many of you are starting businesses right now. So LegalZoom has decided to extend it through March. That's right. Call it whatever you want. Just remember, this is a great time to start your business. Whether you're setting up an LLC, S-Corp, sole proprietorship, or a nonprofit, LegalZoom takes care of you from start to finish. Their award-winning service was developed by the best legal minds in the entire country, and every business gets personalized attention. That's why over 90% of LegalZoom customers would recommend the service to their family. You'll be in great company, my friends. 3 dozen companies on the Inc. 500 lists were started through LegalZoom. Start your business right at LegalZoom.com. LegalZoom is not a law firm and provides self-help services at your specific direction, but there's so much more. Now, every LLC and incorporation package includes easy-to-use business accounting software, a $269 value, free. Be sure to enter Mohr, M-O-H-R, in the referral box at checkout. Start your business, protect your family, safeguard your assets at LegalZoom.com today. Hey guys, don't forget to go to jmohr.com, click the Amazon banner. No purchase too big, no purchase too small. How about this guy, Lee Johnson? Dear Jay, I use the Amazon banner on jmohr.com to order a part for my wife's vacuum cleaner. It's not Sarah Brady big, but you get a kickback to keep the kick-ass podcast free, and I might get some pussy. Your podcast is great, dude. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Lee Johnson. No, Lee, thank you, and I hope your wife gives you a little for buying her a vacuum cleaner part. I love it. Go to jmohr.com, click the Amazon banner, and buy whatever you want. You can even buy vacuum cleaner parts for pussy. Thanks, guys.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
If you want a battle, it's either that you will or you won't.
You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Joining me now. I said that like a Rastafari Jamaican. Joining me now is a man that needs no introduction, Mr. Kirk Fox. Kirk Fox.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Last time you were on the podcast, it was really a big hit, and people really enjoyed you and I talking and goofing off. It was very fun.
It was good to be here. That's one of the reasons I came back.
Yeah?
Yeah. And it's good for me to get out in the world and try and talk to people. So
you talked a lot about your dad, Ben, Bamboo Ben.
Bamboo Ben. He was a big part of that last podcast.
Yeah, and I think about him a lot. Whenever I meditate or if I'm in like a steam room catching my breath and I do like chakra colors or like during a massage or not a massage in a steam room, but you know, when I'm doing something where I have to concentrate on my breathing and I do like exhale red and I go orange, yellow, and I always when I breathe out say Raya. And I realize, oh, I guess that's my new mantra is Raya.
In through the nose, out through the mouth.
And Raya. But then this happened to me the other day. I was coming down with a little nose cold.
Yeah.
Little sinus stuff. And I'd been flying a lot to gigs and doing the radio show. And I thought, I'm fighting a little cold. I'm going to go to the steam room and sit in it until I almost puke. Like I'm going to torture my body.
Nothing wrong with that.
Get rid of this cold. And I'm in there going, Ryan. And I go, wait a minute. How old was his dad when he died?
I think he made it to 86.
Okay. Because I was like, if your dad died at 60, I shouldn't be wrong mantra.
No,
like, what's the Dalai Lama say these days?
The Dalai Lama, I don't trust him anyway.
He does have a weird, mischievous look in his eye.
The Dalai Lama?
Russell Brand said he shook his hand, and the Dalai Lama didn't let go of his hand for a uncomfortable long time.
I got a lot of problems with the Dalai Lama.
Why?
Well, he was actually, they chose him at 2. So they chose him a little early. They should have probably waited maybe till SAT.
Do you know how they shot him? Shot him.
They haven't shot him yet. I do know how they chose him.
I don't know why people don't make a way bigger deal and why it's not a huger story about how the Dalai Lama was chosen.
Because he chose the toy of the previous Dalai Lama. Are you aware of that?
Now I'm not aware of this.
Yeah. They at 2 years old, they found a bunch of kids that were born the same day that the other Dalai died. And then they put all these kids into a sandbox with a bunch of toys. And whichever kid chose the toy of the previous Dalai Lama became the Dalai Lama.
That's not how it went.
Yeah.
That's how I chose my current dog.
And then they just took him from there up into the mountains. So the chosen one was the abducted one.
I have $100 for whoever can actually positively identify with a photo what that toy was.
Well, it was definitely
a Holly Hobby oven.
It was definitely wood. It was definitely a
dreidel
wood toy. But what about the
dreidel is very
What about
good.
the soccer moms who are just like, listen, you pick the right toy or you're not coming home?
I was told, and I read several times, that the monks meditate for a very long time because they need a successor. And then they walked from their cave and they just walked for like a day and a half to the mom's house. And the mom opened the door and he peeked around her leg and they just pointed, we're here for your son. And they just walked him back to the woods.
He was abducted.
Yeah, the Dalai Lama was abducted.
But chosen one sounds better than the abducted one. There'd be an Amber Alert in America.
If you just got a Chinese Tibetan child and
we're
pulled
looking
him
for
out.
a kid. He's got glasses and an orange robe. Have you seen him?
He's holding a toy, but trust us. You just got to go with us on this one.
No, I'm with you.
So do you think the Dalai Lama, are you being serious? I mean, he obviously...
At 2, how do you know if he is so great?
But here's the thing. They chose him at 2 years old.
Exactly.
But he is great.
Is he?
Yes. He's a beacon.
He's got good writers.
He's a beacon. He doesn't even talk half the time. He's a beacon of calm, a spirituality.
Maybe he's numb.
What if he's...
I can't get behind...
What if he's like Billy Carter? What if he's like... Remember Jimmy Carter's like crazy...
We don't know what he does
What if he's
behind
like
closed
Roger
doors?
Clinton? Like if he's some batshit brother of a president. Like, it doesn't matter. The robe doesn't make the man. You get some loose cannon in there.
He's just chilled.
What if he's like a comic that works blue and he's in the robe like, hey, I'm the Dalai Lama. You want to see my
It's
dick?
just like Amma, the hugging saint. Have you ever heard of Amma, the hugging saint?
Sounds like a special boy.
She's from India. She's hugged 25 million people.
Really? Had them like...
She hugs them. She weighs about 500 pounds. She sleeps 2 hours a night. And 10,000 people will go and hug her. I hugged her once. She hugged me.
That's not true.
It is true.
You didn't go to India?
No, she came here. But she says she...
To hug you.
She was hugging 10,000
because you chose the right toy.
She hugged 10,000 people, and I was actually the last one she hugged, and I freaked out. I waited 7 hours.
Where was this all? Meditation Gardens?
No, down at Airport Hilton.
Why?
Because it's supposed to be a spiritual... She's supposed to bless you. And a girl I was with said, let's go hug Amma. I thought it would take, an hour. We got there was 10,000 people. And we were the last.
How much did it cost?
We were the last ones in line. It must have cost $30, and you had to buy flowers, and all she gave you was a piece of chocolate. And then she kind of mumbled in your ear, and she's supposed to bless you.
When you hugged her, did you feel anything?
I felt just disgusted because I realized, because I started thinking, shit, she's hugged 10,000. She's hugged 9,999 people.
You were literally 10,000.
I was the last. I was there 8 hours. There was
easy, Archie Bunker.
There was no Purell.
Oh, jeez, ain't it?
There was nothing. Like I won't get a lap dance unless I know the stripper has just started the shift. Like I'm a clean freak. So the fact that Amma had hugged everyone in LA.
So you felt no vibration, some good energy.
She kind of hurt my neck. She tweaked my neck a little.
My wife had her. My wife has.
She went for the hug, and I just wanted to pound it out.
Give her a fist bump.
Yeah, just.
What about the girl you were with? That'd be great if she was 10,001 and got boxed out.
No, she was kind of before me.
What do you mean, kind of? Like you lost sight of her in the crowd?
It was just.
It's like when they do those gangbangs of 500 guys. Like nobody wants to be sloppy 70 seconds.
That's not bad. 70s are still things are happening.
Everyone's standing around in their socks waiting to hug her.
But you have to take your shoes off to hug Amma.
Yeah.
So now you have 20,000 feet, and they give you a little thing of holy water, a little thing about that big. It's like a taco salsa thing, and you're supposed to make that last a year. It's a big racket.
What if you get thirsty?
Well, I drank mine first, and I was like, can I get another one? I drank it. They're like, are you crazy? That's supposed to last you a year.
But it actually makes sense that you would drink holy water. I don't know why more people don't drink. Like when I go to mass, I don't know why more people, like, especially the homeless.
You're supposed to put one drop in a whole jug. The water's so blessed by her. But the angle is she says she has a direct link to God. So Amma's like tech support. So if you want
God with the elephant head and 19 arms?
If you want to talk to God, you got to go through India.
Now, were you raised religious? Your father was very spiritual. Your father was a shaman in a good way. Like he did heal people and help people. He was a beacon of positivity and light, and people followed. Your father had followers. Before Twitter, Bamboo Ben Fox had newspaper articles written about him because when he walked on the beach, people followed him.
He would have hundreds of people follow him, and when he would raise his arms and say, Raya, they would all do the same. I don't know if last time I mentioned, but he used to say this, isn't it wonderful? Did I mention that? He'd say, isn't it wonderful? And we'd go, what? And he'd say, when we as Earth planet travelers become aware of our relativity with the great universal life force. That was his thing. He was talking the force.
So it sounds like your father was much more of a direct link, tech support to God
than Amma.
As you understood him, than Amma.
Of course.
Amma was a prophet, Profit.
Exactly.
Right?
She was just
giving out fucking chocolates? What the hell is that shit?
She's just set there.
You need a goddamn...
set there on the pedestal.
Really?
They kind of carry her out.
She's a big fat lady?
She sleeps 2 hours a night.
A fat Indian lady? Who wants to hug?
Amma, the hugging saint. If you looked her up, you'd see a picture of her.
I'm not looking at anything. A fat... I don't want to hug anybody that's over like 210.
Join the club.
Unless they play,
I've been there
for the
8
Ravens.
hours.
8 hours to hug a lady.
After like 2 hours, I suggested a group hug. I was like, maybe we could all just hug it out. Like I was trying
like those guys that parachute like 18 at a time and make patterns.
And at one point, people were passing me, and I'm like, how come that guy gets to go up? And they're like, if you have cancer or Down syndrome, you can go to the front of the line.
You were like,
I said, I don't have cancer, but how Downs do you got to be?
I have Down's cancer. Because my cancer has Down syndrome.
And they interviewed me because I was like, I think I have Down syndrome. And some weird guy came up to me and he's like, do you really think you have Down syndrome? I'm like, possibly. I've been here 8 hours. Clearly I'm slow. Why else would I be here? It was a bad day. And then they didn't validate parking.
Wow.
I tried to get
$30 to hug somebody.
But
10,000 people times 30?
Well, she blesses something.
What's that? $3,000?
Everyone was giving pieces of paper.
How much did she make? 10 grand.
She probably made $100,000 that day.
$30 times $10,000.
I'm the hugging saint. It was a bad day.
No one's going to take a swing at this math problem.
$300,000.
How do you figure?
Right? Well, it's not $30,000.
He's right. You had the zero.
Come on.
Did you ever have when you were with your father, Ben Bailey?
Bamboo Ben?
At Kirk Fox on
Kirk
Twitter.
Fox.
Did you ever get the feeling you were and I'm being serious, did you ever get the feeling you were in the presence of a chosen person? Because your father seems very chosen and special.
I always thought he was special and magical.
But not like
no one
Dad's
else did.
special.
But no one else. They all just thought he was crazy.
No one follows a guy on the beach because they think he's crazy.
Well, no.
Man